Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe to my channel quickly so that you can receive every upcoming video in the future. Focus on yourself and not others as you go off on a transforming journey. Discover a tapestry of values that can act as guiding lights for meaningful, resilient, and moral living. These values include practicing self-reflection, regulating expectations, building resilience, and encouraging gratitude. This Stoic roadmap serves as your compass through the complexities of life, shedding light on the practice of self-awareness, the effectiveness of gratitude, and the fortitude that comes from seeing setbacks as opportunities for development. Accompany us on this journey whereby ageless knowledge reveals itself, illustrating a route towards individual growth and satisfaction. Don't miss anything, please subscribe. 1. Make self-awareness a priority. The foundation of personal growth in the Stoic philosophy is self-awareness. Knowing oneself's thoughts, feelings, and behaviors is essential to living a more moral and fulfilling life. People with this level of deep self-awareness are able to make their way through the complexity of their mental terrain and react to external stimuli with consideration. People can practice mindfulness and everyday reflection as ways to prioritize self-awareness. A higher consciousness is fostered by regular meditation on one's ideals, objectives, and responses to different circumstances. Stoics can start living more in line with their basic beliefs by being aware of and cognizant of their own impulses and reactions. 2. Accept your control sphere. The idea of concentrating on what one can control is fundamental to Stoic philosophy. This guiding idea urges people to focus their attention on the areas of life that they can control while accepting with composure the things that are out of their hands. This counsel encourages a mental adjustment by highlighting individual accountability and agency. Through focusing on their own deeds and decisions, Stoics can develop a feeling of empowerment and lessen unneeded tension caused by outside circumstances. This change of viewpoint is not about being apathetic. Rather, it's about managing resources well and realizing that there are things in life that cannot be controlled or changed. 3. Develop your inner virtues. The foundation of a strong and moral character is the cultivation of inner qualities, which is heavily stressed in the Stoic philosophy. Among the attributes that Stoics want to develop within themselves are wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Making wise decisions and judgments necessitates a thorough awareness of both oneself and the outside environment as well as reason. Be courageous as overcoming obstacles head-on, even in the face of difficulty. While temperance teaches self-control and moderation, justice fosters fair and ethical action. These values must be constantly evolving via deliberate practice and effort. People develop a feeling of purpose and integrity by living their lives with those traits in mind, which helps people match their actions to their values. 4. Apply mindfulness. A vital part for mindfulness, an approach drawn from many philosophical traditions, is played by Stoic philosophy. It entails remaining acutely aware of all that's going on in the present. Stoics hold that people may more skillfully negotiate difficulties, come to logical conclusions, and react to situations with clarity if they remain in the moment. Techniques such deep breathing, meditation, and purposeful attention to the activity at hand are all part of practicing mindfulness. They teach the mind to stay out of the past and to not worry too much about the future, which helps people keep a cool head under pressure. 5. Recast difficulties as chances. Stoicism teaches people to see setbacks as chances for learning and personal development rather than as insurmountable roadblocks. This radical change in perspective fosters resilience and a positive, proactive response to life's challenges. Reframing difficulties allows Stoics to draw vital lessons from arduous situations. Adversity turns into a driving force for wisdom acquisition, resilience building, and character developing. This viewpoint enables people to approach problems with an open and curious mind, which ultimately promotes their general growth and well-being. Golden tip: put yourself first, not others. 6. Foster gratitude. Rising gratitude becomes a strong thread that weaves through one's everyday existence inside the tapestry of Stoic wisdom. In the perspective of Stoicism, gratitude is not a passing feeling, but rather a deep awareness of the present moment and the intrinsic worth of both happy and unhappy experiences. It encourages folks to accept the entirety of their particular path and recognize that each curve adds to their own development. It takes intentional work to develop an awareness for the richness of the present moment in order to practice thankfulness. Stoics understand that life is made up of an order of interrelated experiences, each of which offers a chance for growth and self-discovery. People can cultivate a resilient mindset that transcends the briefness of events by learning to value both good times and difficult setbacks. Stoics look to gratitude as a source of strength when faced with suffering. They recognize that opportunities for growth in oneself, morals to be put to the test, and lessons to be learned may all be found even in trying times. Accepting respect turns difficulties into an opportunity for people to reframe them and draw resilience and insight from all experiences, despite how good or bad. 7. Manage expectations. The real-world reminder of life's inherent unpredictability is seen in the Stoic advice to temper expectations. Being humble and accepting that failures are an inherent part of life are demonstrated by setting reasonable expectations for oneself. Stoics recognize that the route to knowledge and virtue is a dynamic one, full of unforeseen challenges and turns rather than a straight line. Having a realistic outlook on success and failure is essential to managing expectations. Being too positive or negative can lead to emotional distress, thus Stoics steer clear of these traps. Rather, they take a measured approach to life, realizing that although objectives are worthwhile, results are unpredictable. People who accept this uncertainty are better able to bounce back from setbacks and remain composed when faced with unknown challenges. The Stoic approach to managing goals recognizes life's inherent variety rather than pushing for mediocrity. People can pursue their objectives with a feeling of purpose and stay flexible in the face of constant change if they base their aspirations on a realistic understanding of the world. 8. Develop resilience. Building resilience is an important part of Stoic philosophy. Challenges are not seen by Stoics as insurmountable barriers, but rather as chance to fortify their will and character. In the Stoic view, resilience is a dynamic response to adversity that entails facing challenges head-on with courage and fortitude rather than a stoic repression of emotions. The idea that failures are an inevitable part of life is the basis of the Stoic approach to resilience. Rather than giving in to hopelessness or annoyance, Stoics see problems as chances to show off their qualities: courage, discernment, temperance, and justice. Every hardship turns into the fire where their character is tried and honed. It takes deliberate effort to tackle obstacles with a growth-oriented mindset in order to develop resilience. Adversity is a normal part of life, not a symptom of one's own problems, as Stoics understand. Instead of giving up and giving in to hopelessness, people can reframe obstacles as chances for personal growth and redirect their energy towards positive solutions. 9. Seek internal validation. Stoicism urges person to go within for validation, focusing on their own beliefs and principles to establish their sense of worth and purpose, rather than looking outside to other people's opinions or societal expectations. This need for self-assess reflects a strong passion to honesty and authenticity. The Stoic emphasis on finding approval from within is a severe shift in a world too often motivated by outward validation. It necessitates that people define their values, act in accordance with these ideals, and base their feeling of value on the moral rectitude of their persona. In the face of shifting external opinions and risk, this internal anchoring offers a solid base. Seeking internal validation necessitates an ongoing process of introspection and development. Stoics do self-reflection to discover their core ideals and make sure that their behavior aligns with them. People can develop a feeling of purpose that goes beyond what society expects by valuing authenticity above all else. This leads to a profound sense of fulfillment that results from living in harmony with one's real self. 10. Practice self-reflection. The Stoic road is a dynamic process of steady self-improvement rather than a static one, and self-reflection is an essential tool in this process. A Stoic imperative is to regularly evaluate one's ideas, deeds, and growth. This helps people stay on track, grow from their mistakes, and stay true to their leading ideals. Examining oneself carefully involves analyzing one's values, beliefs, and actions. To comprehend the reasons behind their choices and whether they are in line with their guiding ideals, Stoics undertake introspection. This reflection acts as a compass, pointing people in toward a more moral and deliberate way of living. In the Stoic tradition, self-reflection is a deliberate activity leading to self-mastery rather than a self-indulgent game of rumination. People can pinpoint areas for growth, acknowledge their accomplishments, and hone the concept of virtue by critically evaluating their ideas and deeds. This self-reflection cycle adds to the repetitive character of the Stoic path by encouraging constant progress towards a life that is more moral and fulfilling.